Pope Francis participated in two events over the weekend in two different Italian cities. On Saturday, the Holy Father went to Assisi for a brief visit where he spoke at the Economy of Francis meeting. Yesterday, the Pope visited Matera, where he celebrated the closing Mass of the 27th National Eucharistic Congress. Joining us now from Rome is Andreas Thonhauser, EWTN Vatican Bureau Chief. Andreas, great to see you as always. Can you tell us more about the weekend travel of the Pope to Assisi as well as Matera?
Sure, Tracy. So last week we already spoke about Pope Francis's travel inside Italy to Assisi, where he was present at a conference called the Economy of Francesco. He invited more than 1,000 young economists, philosophers, and some entrepreneurs to develop new approaches towards economic understanding. And yesterday morning, Pope Francis then went to Matera, a city in southern Italy about 260 miles from Rome. And just as an aside, the City of the Stones, as it is also called, became famous through the latest James Bond movie. Also, Pope Francis went there in a vital mission for the world. He participated in the closing of the 27th National Eucharistic Congress and promoted the Eucharist as the center of our faith.
And Andreas, can you tell us a little bit more about what happened at the celebration in Matera? Was there a special message from the Pope to the faithful in Italy?
So the Holy Father celebrated with more than 80 bishops from all over Italy in front of more than 12,000 faithful. And in his homily, Pope Francis recalled that, and I quote, "The Eucharist is a prophecy of a new world. It is the presence of Jesus who asks us to commit ourselves so that an effective conversion happens, from indifference to compassion, from waste to sharing, from selfishness to love, from individualism to fraternity," he said. And the Holy Father recalled how Matera is not only the city of the stones, but also the city of bread. And precisely for this reason, in his final appeal, he invited the faithful to return to Jesus and the Eucharist. He said, "Let us return to the taste of bread, because while we are hungry for love and hope, or are broken by the travails and sufferings of life, Jesus becomes food that feeds us and heals us." Now, another important message of Pope Francis had to do with two things. Yesterday was the day of the Italian elections to the parliament, deciding who will govern the country, and it was also the 108th World Day of Migrants and Refugees. The Holy Father is well known for fiercely advocating for the rights of refugees. He also did so in Matera, reminding those present of how important it is to welcome those who were forced to leave their homes. It might have also been a reminder for Italian politicians, because the elections saw a landslide win of conservative to far-right parties.
And before I let you go, Andreas, quickly, can you tell us more about the Italian elections and also what they mean for the Catholic Church?
Sure. So Giorgia Meloni is the leader of the Fratelli d'Italia, which means the Brothers of Italy party. And she clearly won the elections and will likely be her country's first female leader. She's in a coalition with other right-of-center parties, including Silvio Berlusconi, a controversial former Italian prime minister, and Matteo Salvini, who, as a minister of the interior, closed down harbors for refugees coming from Syria and other war-torn countries. Meloni seems to be a bit more balanced on the issue of immigration, and still, tensions between the Holy See and her potential future government are still likely to be seen. However, there seems to be an openness towards the Catholic Church simply by telling from the election campaign that she led, in which she tried to attract Christian voters. In a recent interview, Meloni told the Washington Post that she believes in Christian values that help shape our Western civilization. In the same interview, she rejected gender ideology and adoption by same-sex couples, but instead said that having a father and a mother is best for a child. So, Tracy, very interesting times ahead here in Italy.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Andreas, for that report. Always appreciate it.